residential and commercial properties. The downtown Plummer office is located at 509 South Beeline Highway, and their number is 928-267-3411.
And we appreciate One Tom Plummer and their sponsorship of KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio here in the Sawmill Theater Complex, enjoying this nice white morning, and hope you guys are staying warm out there on the road as well. If you're driving, be sure if you're heading down to the valley or east on Highway 260, north on 87, to check az511.com or the app to see if there are any closures, accidents, just see what the situation is like out there. I think it still is a case where eastbound State Route 260 is still closed due to an accident, but State Route 87 northbound appears to be open, has been open for a little bit. So again, AZ511. Well, this morning on our Community Spotlight program, we're going to be talking about taxes and tax preparation and the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program. And in the studio to talk about that is Joanne Conlin. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning, Chris. Thank you for having me today.
You're so welcome. It is great to learn more about this wonderful program that's available to anyone, really. And I think there might be some preconceived ideas or notions that when they hear it's AARP, that it's only for seniors or those a little older, but that's just not the case. So open to really any age, correct?
That is correct. Anybody who has to file taxes, you are welcome to come and get your taxes done for free. It's a great program, and we do help a lot of people, lots of families. So, we hope to see you there. Of course, taxes just are not fun.
No,
but we try to make it fun.
Yeah. No, and so this service, it begins February 4th, ends April 15th, and it's done at the Payson Elks Lodge, which is at 1206, that's 1206 North Beeline Highway, and it's every Tuesday and Wednesday. And how it is done is you need to go in and schedule an appointment. And that is important because when you go in to schedule the appointment, you will find out if you're qualified or if your tax filing falls within the scope of the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program. Because there are, I guess, some forms or some tax returns that you're just not able to do.
That's correct. Usually we'll see if you are an individual who filed a Schedule C, we can take you, but if you have employees, we cannot take you. Or if you are going to show a loss, we can't take you. But it's most people we can take if it's just your normal individual tax return. Income isn't necessarily the issue. It may be that certain forms that you have to file become the issue. So it's best to come in, get your appointment. There is an interview form that you fill out, and during that process, we can help guide you, because we would hate for you to get there thinking you're going to get your taxes filed and then find out that you're considered out of scope. But I think that it's very rare that we have to tell somebody that they're out of scope.
So again, the appointments are made by going to the Payson Elks Lodge, and that starts February 4th through April 15th, so don't go there now because you won't be able to make an appointment, but February 4th, goodness, is right around the corner. We're looking at next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So every Tuesday and Wednesday we'll be there from 9 to 4, And that's when you can come in, pick up your interview sheet and get your appointment set up. And great time to talk to the tax preparers to understand exactly what you need. And this is different from before. I know before we had the interview sheets at different places, but we're not doing that this year. And I think it will be more efficient the way we've got it set up this year. So, yeah, I think it will be better for people.
And so the only, I guess, exception is if you live 50 miles from Payson.
Yeah.
So 50 miles or more from Payson, then you can call to schedule the appointment. So instead of having to drive to Payson and schedule that appointment, again, though, this is only for people that live 50 miles or further from Payson. So if you're up in Pine Strawberry, you need to drive down. If you're in Christopher Creek, you need to drive into Payson. Down in Rye, Geizela. I believe even, is Tonto Basin? What is Tonto Basin?
I think Tonto Basin is on the border,
Right
so
on the
I think
border.
we're taking phone calls from Tonto Basin.
Gotcha. Jake's Corner, though, within 50 miles, so yeah, drive up. Again, the reason why it's important to go into the Payson Elks Lodge to set up that appointment is because there's a form and questions that are asked to see if you qualify for this tax preparation. And most people do, but just in case you don't, it isn't a case where you're scheduling an appointment and then it's a wasted trip.
Right.
And
Yeah.
wasted time for you.
Yeah, we don't want people to be upset.
Yes, yeah. So again, this is for all ages, so it's not just for seniors, but anyone that is filing taxes. So do you see some teenagers, some young people?
Yeah. We get teenagers. Anybody who's required to file a tax return will do your taxes for you. And I do want to say, Chris, that we have seniors who, because they just get Social Security, they don't need to file their taxes.
Okay.
But of course, if they've had taxes withheld, you want to get your refund on it. And then also, for the state of Arizona, anybody who files a tax return, even if you didn't need to file, you get that $25 refund, which is nice, if you're a senior.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, if you either are a rentor or you own a home, Arizona has a nice program for very low income people or people who just have Social Security, that you can actually get a refund on those property taxes or a portion of it. So, and I know a lot of people don't know this. Last year when I was preparing some taxes, they were very excited because from that $25 that they were going to get back, all of a sudden it was $300.
Yes.
So it is worth looking into. And when I say for the property taxes, so if you rent, and this is for people 65 and older, if you rent, your landlord might be charging you some of the property tax that they have to pay. So check with your landlord to see how that works. And it's a form, I think it's a form 201 that the landlord will fill out for you. And then also, like, if you own your home, but you're renting the land, like a lamplighter, the people there, you get the property tax that you pay on your home, but also your landlord pays the property tax on the land, and you can go to your landlord and ask for that portion that you're having to pay. So it's worth it. Again, it's for people that are 65 plus. There are income limits involved, and Social Security does not count in the income limit. So it's something for everybody to look at least ask those questions, do I qualify? Because if you can give some money back, why not?
Definitely. Again, that's for seniors 65 and over.
Correct.
So when people set up an appointment and they get their appointment made and they come to their appointment, what do they need to bring to the appointment?
So when they just set up the appointment, it's just themselves and they'll fill out a form. When it's actually time for them to come to their appointment, we ask that they have their social security card, a photo ID. If you have last year's tax return, it would be wonderful if you brought it. And then of course, we need to make sure that you have all your tax info. So, you're gonna get your wages from your employer. If you're getting Social Security, you'll get your Social Security statement. If you have investments, you'll be getting your broker statements. Your bank may be giving you a statement on, interest earned. But anything where you've got your dividends, your interest, if you've done some trading in the stock market where you've bought and sold, you'll get your a broker B statement. We'll need that. So any kind of activity where you've invested money, if you've sold your home, and we are looking at capital gains, you'll want to bring all the information on what you purchased your home for, and then all of the improvements that you gave to your, to reduce that capital gain. And then also, if you might be available for one of the energy tax credits that we have. So if you've put in an energy efficient HVAC system or some other type of a system where you have the possibility to get an energy credit, we want that information also. So there's lots of different things, and you can always ask when you go in to set up your appointment and you're filling out the form. The interview form is great because it prompts you along the way for all of these different things that you might get a deduction for, you might get a credit for. They've really improved the form a lot. I really like it this year. But you can always ask, hey, am I eligible for this? I just did this on my house, would it be eligible? So, we're there to help you, and but just when you come to actually get your taxes prepared, try to bring as much information as you can. If you're filing a Schedule C, make sure that you've got all of your receipts, all your information on your business, your income, and your expenses, and also on your mileage. And then that's the other thing for mileage, medical mileage. Some people decide to deduct instead of taking the standard deduction. If you have a lot of medical expenses and you're having to go down to the valley for a lot of medical appointments, bring that mileage because we may, that may help. So all these things come into play, but we're happy to help guide you through it.
And it's better to have it and not need it than to need it
and
not have it.
Yes, because then we're going to send you home, and then you have to make another appointment, and we don't want to do that.
There you go. Again, if you just started listening or just started watching on our KRIM or radio Facebook Live, talking to Joanne Conlin, and she is one of the individuals that prepares taxes through the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program. And this program begins February 4th, and it goes through April 15th, and it's every Tuesday and Wednesday at the Payson Elks Lodge, and that's at 1206 North Beeline Highway. Now, you need to set up an appointment to have this done, and they want you to come in to the Elks Lodge to make an appointment. And again, this starts next Tuesday, February 4th, and it's every Tuesday and Wednesday then until April 15th. The times, and we have the times here, so it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you go down to the Elks Lodge starting next Tuesday, set up an appointment, you'll fill out a form or be asked questions to make sure that you do qualify to have your taxes done through this program. And again, this is for taxpayers of any age. It's not limited to seniors. You could be a teenager, young adult, family, middle age, it doesn't matter.
Right.
The only thing that might prohibit you from being able to take advantage of this program is, the type of return. If you have something that just doesn't qualify
Right,
for
yeah.
this program. But it's definitely worth checking out. Again, the cost, no cost, right?
No cost at all.
No cost
Yeah.
at all to have this done. So do you get asked, or there might be people that are wondering about the qualifications of the people preparing the taxes? Can you talk a little about that?
Yes, I can. We are required, we do a lot of training during January, lots of it, and we have to be IRS certified. There is a test, actually there's several tests that you have to take. One is an IRS test, and you have to get 80% or more to be able to do the taxes. There's also tests that AARP requires from us. So between the two organizations, it's intense. It is. They ask. We're well prepared to start doing taxes because of all the studying that we have to do and the type of tests that they have. They really do a variety of things that you may be exposed to. And we have to redo that every year. It's not just like, oh, you do it once and then you can just do it the next year because you passed one year. Every year you have to pass those tests. And also, you have a tax preparer doing your return, but then it is turned over to a quality reviewer who has a lot of experience with tax preparation. And so if the tax preparer missed something, the quality reviewer will catch it. We do everything possible to make sure that the return is good and that you're getting the best results with your return.
Something that you said that maybe not everyone realizes, but all of the changes. It seems like every year there are changes that occur, and some years it's more significant than others. So having a preparer that is knowledgeable on those changes is very important. And I guess it should be a case if you take your taxes to a company, a tax preparation company, or an accountant, they should be up to date on those. But sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But that's good that people can know that every year all of the tax preparers for the AARP Foundation Tax Aid program have to take multiple tests. They're up to date on all of the changes to tax codes, tax preparation, all of it. So that's great. And then that's really good that you kind of have a QC person or a second set of eyes that is looking at that preparation, that form as well, or all the forms. That's really good.
Yeah, we have a great team, and if we get stuck on a return, there's always somebody there to help us, guide us. So it's good. I really, this is my third year doing it, and we've served many people and hundreds of people, and I think for the most part everybody has been very, very satisfied with the results.
Yeah, it's it's a really great program. Now, when you mentioned that there is help or support, I'd imagine this program, if you really get stuck or somebody on the Payson team isn't sure, then you can reach out
Mhm.
for support through this program
Yes.
as well, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's a great resource
Mhm.
to have at your fingertips.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, the AARP Foundation Tax Aid Program, open to all ages. It's provided by the AARP group, but it's not only for AARP members or for seniors, but for all ages. And that starts next Tuesday, February 4th, goes through April 15th, and it's every Tuesday and Wednesday at the Payson Elks Lodge, and that's at 1206 North Beeline Highway, right at the roundabout there, Airport Road and State Route 87. You can't miss the Elks Lodge. And you want to go in for an interview, unless you live 50 miles or more away. If you're out there, again, over 50 miles from Payson, you can call. And do you want to give that number, or?
Yeah. The
okay.
number is 928-487-1174. Again, it's 928-487-1174. So if you're 50 miles plus, just call that number and they'll get you what you need.
All right. And another thing is security. People might,
Mhm.
wonder about the level of security
Mhm.
because all their personal information, so security numbers, financials, everything is being entered into the computer. So those are secure computers, correct?
Correct, yes,
Okay.
we have, we are required by AARP and IRS
Mhm.
that all of our computers are very secure and that we have secure lines.
Mm.
So it's not just like a Wi-Fi line. Elks has their own Wi-Fi lines, but we are not connected with them. We have our own separate routers, highly secure, and we take security breaches very seriously. So we want to make sure that all of your information is protected.
That's really good to point out. So if people think, oh wow, they set up in the Elks and they just jump on their Wi-Fi and
Yeah.
hey, they're processing all of this sensitive data and personal data. That's not the case.
Not the case at all, yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah, you have your own routers that are provided, I'd imagine, through IRS or AARP.
Mhm.
So, no, that is great. Well, anything else that you would like to share with our listeners and viewers about this wonderful program? Again, that starts next Tuesday, February 4th.
But yes, we're excited, we hope to see you, and we just want to help you get through those taxes, that horrible word that we all cringe about. But we try to make it fun for you while you're there and try to get you the best possible results. So please come see us. We're happy to help you.
And I would not wait too long because you do get pretty busy, don't you?
We get busy, especially in March and April, because especially for if you've got investment statements that you're going to be getting, they come a little later, but it's okay. You can come get your questionnaire and get an appointment and then just set it a little later in March when you know that you typically have your statements ready. And if it turns out that you don't have all the information, there'll be a number that you can call and say, hey, I didn't get all my information, I need to reschedule. And that's okay, but it's better to have your appointment set up, that target date, that you know that you're expecting all your information and you can get in there and get your taxes done. And I also want to mention, don't forget, if you think you're going to be paying Arizona taxes, we do have that great state program where you get tax credits. So think about sending money, instead of writing out the check to the state of Arizona, think about the school district. You can, and there's different programs, so think, oh, I gave money to the school district. No, you can still give money to a qualifying charitable organization, and you can give money to the foster care program, The military program fills up rather quickly.
Mhm.
And then there's also the private school tax credits that you can do. So there's a variety of tax credit programs that you can give to. They're different amounts, but think about that before you, I just happened here. So
Oh,
you've
there you
got the qualified charitable organizations. If you're single, it's $470. Married filing jointly is $938. Contributions to public schools, $200 single, $400 married. Private school tuition organizations, $731 single, $1451 married. Then there's a certified school tuition organization, $728 for single, $1451 for married filing jointly. Qualified foster care organizations, $587 single, $1173 married. And then there's the Military Family Relief Fund, which is $200 for single and $400 filing jointly. So all of these, they're all separate, and you can give up to the maximum on there. And just know that these things roll over. You can't, they'll roll over to the next year. So if it turns out you're getting a refund, this money will roll over to the next year for anything that you contributed. So you can use it the following year. I think it goes for 5 years. So again, think about this instead of writing that check out to the state.
Oh, yeah. No, that is great. Yeah, and there's so many local programs as well that can benefit and do benefit greatly
Yes.
from that program, and it just makes sense to keep that money in our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, put it to good use. Well, Joanne, thank you so much again for coming on. If people had maybe questions, is the best thing just to come down, I guess, to the Payson Elks Lodge, and that's starting next Tuesday between 9 a.m., 4 p.m. Yourself and others will be at the Payson Elks Lodge, so you could answer questions, people could fill out the form, see if they qualify, and then get an appointment set up.
Absolutely. Yes.
All
And
right.
thank you, Chris, for letting me be on and sharing this wonderful opportunity with our community.
Oh, yeah, it's great, and we're very fortunate. It's a great program, and we're fortunate to have the program here in Payson. Barb Underwood watching, and she says, thank you, Joanne Conlin, for letting us know about all of this. It's great information. Yes, Barb out there driving in the snow this morning, sliding around a little bit, having fun. Not really. White knuckling it, she said. She doesn't like the snow really, driving in the snow. But everyone will stay safe out there. Saw on Facebook that there was a accident, some vehicles got into accident on Houston Mesa Road. Don't know if they have that cleared up yet, but just be careful out there, and again, check AZ 511 for updates if you're heading out of Payson. Well, thank you for listening and watching this morning. Again, thank you to One Tom Plumber for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Time to get back to the music with some Fleetwood Mac, Steve Miller Band, Eric Clapton, and more. But first, let's hear from one of our amazing sponsors here on KRIM, Pizza Factory, and also get a quick update from the National Weather Service. You guys have a beautiful day.
With this morning's KRIM weather.
There we go. All right, start the live. You are welcome.